Hi, my name's Dax Murphy, and today I just want to talk to you about how to stop making bad decisions. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever made a decision that didn't go to plan or adversely affected you or your team, your business, maybe even your customers? Let me share an example. I know of one manager who got some really good values and really wants to make her team, help her team as much as she possibly can do. So she just runs and runs around and does all the jobs as much as she possibly do and takes everything on. So her team don't have to do anything with this idea that she's doing the right thing for her team because she's making it easier for them. But it's affecting her health. So is it a good decision? Don't think it is. The problem is we all make decisions that are focused, we think, on a positive value, but end up being a detrimental to something else. And we do this because we're value-led, all humans, and our deepest values and beliefs are going to have an impact on our decision-making. And the results then will vary dependent on the situation, rather than your actual decision-making process. So the situation defines success rather than your decision-making process, and that's not where we want to be. So there is a better way of making decisions, and it's to do with balance, and it's to do with being more mindful in your decision-making process. So this doesn't mean you abandon your values. That's the last thing I'm asking you to do. It just means that you ensure that as many elements are considered with equal measure, so you make a balanced decision. To have balance in your leadership decisions, you're going to need a few things. So what I'd like you to think about is these elements to be considered in every decision you make. So the first thing you should consider is yourself. So to make a decision that hurts you personally is crazy and illogical. You don't want to do it. But it's a mistake that leaders make. They put their business, they put their team before their own well-being. And it can be in small decisions such as working longer hours or taking on extra tasks to help people out. Sometimes these decisions are necessary, but they should never be a regular part of your leadership. If you are regularly getting home from work and collapse into a heap because you are burnt out, then somewhere along the line you're making a bad leadership decision. So have you considered yourself? The next thing you have to consider is your team. So, likewise, making a decision that negatively impacts your team is not a good idea. Neither is the decision that positively impacts your team and then hurts something else. So if you say, this is great for my team, but it's hurting your sales results, then it's not the right decision either. So if you take your team for granted and push them harder and harder and harder every day, your team will not be there for long and they will not perform at a high level for very long either. A team that understands the vision, is capable and highly motivated and has that autonomous environment will perform. So all your make decisions involving your team. The next thing you need to consider is your customer. So anything that negatively impacts your customers in your business, again, is the wrong thing to do. So there are things that, you could get short-term gains for making a decision that will increase your margin or increase sales, but it will never really make up that loyalty for your customers. So if you make a decision to get more out of your customers for cheaper, for less, and it impacts them negatively, then the long term will be that those customers will decide never to come back. The next element will be your business. So any decision you make as a leader has got to have the lifetime of your business in mind, rather than just focusing on the result right now and the moment right now. What is the right decision for your business from a long-term perspective? So in a year's time, will you be saying that that's the right thing for the business? So putting it all together, leadership demands great decisions. The challenge we've got is that we're all value-led, so sometimes we can make bad decisions on good values, and that will impact our leadership and our performance and our team's performance. And balance is required. So consider the elements that I discussed, and If you can think of yourself, your team, your customers, and your business every time, you will have a more balanced decision-making process, and that will make you a better leader. Hi, it's Dax Murphy. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please could you just do two things for me. Number one, share this video with somebody that you think it could resonate with, who can help change and improve the quality of their lives. And then number two, just check out my latest book. It's called Emerging Leadership. It's full of leadership advice, dead easy to read, from 300 leaders that I've been interviewing over the last 10 years. And it gives common situations for people in their first management roles and the problems they face, the challenges they face, and some real, tangible, simple solutions that can enable you to overcome them. It's a great book, especially for those people in their first leadership role.